Hey guys, what's up? So in this newest video, I'm talking about why I disagree with a lot of the things that most of these YouTubers are saying as far as how to grow your channel, and I go into two of them in this video. Have a look. All right, so my new rule for podcasting, YouTube videos, whatever you want to call it, I get one take. I don't have time to be taking 20 different reshoots because I flinched or moved my eye weird or something. It takes too long. I got other things to do. So from here on out, the rule is you get one shot and that's it. So today I wanted to talk about some of these videos I've been watching on how to grow your YouTube channel. And there's some good stuff out there. I think there's a bunch of guys. They all seem to be guys that are in like the photography business. They all, or at least a bunch of them, they all seem to review like new cameras, drones. They were all reviewing the DJI, the Mavic 2, and new DSLR cameras. They make really cool stuff. I like a lot of their videos. There is one thing that I couldn't really get on board with, and far be it from me to give anyone advice about how to grow a YouTube channel, but the one thing that didn't make sense to me is they were all saying to pick a niche and just stick to that within one broad genre, and I don't know, that just didn't I mean, to me, all the podcasters and YouTubers that I think are really cool, they kind of have this really broad appeal to everyone. And so that's kind of what I'm shooting for. I mean, yeah, I guess in a sense it's harder because, you know, trying to get everyone to like you, and I mean, that's not really what I'm doing. I learned a long time ago that's not possible. I have problems doing that with like a few people, two or three, much less the whole world. But yeah, I still think all my favorite people, they there's all kinds of different viewers that can watch the content they're putting out and think it's cool. At least it seems to me. They don't just have one narrow focus of interest. They're into a bunch of different things. Or in my case, I think whatever this channel turns out to be, and truthfully, I don't really know where it's headed. I think there's probably going to be a few pivots along the way, but it's fine. I mean, I anticipate that's going to happen anyways, and I'm sure it'll be for the better. But take, for instance, a guy like Joe Rogan. I mean, that guy has people from every end of the spectrum on that show, and I know that's, if you're going to use an example, that it's almost like that doesn't really count because no one's really done what he's done, I don't think, as far as, where it started and not where it is now with Spotify. But yeah, that's just not what I want to do. They did mention a lot of things that I was considering, and I'm reconsidering some of them now. Like they were saying, don't do too much variety stuff, which I guess I do get that, and that kind of almost seems like it contradicts with what I just said, but I don't think it does. I mean, I think there's a difference between a variety where you're putting out like funny videos one week and then contemplative videos about the meaning of life the next week. I think that's different from just kind of doing your thing the way you do it, and being the way you are, even if you do have different interests. I think those are different things, and I'm certainly going to lean towards the latter. But so they mentioned that, and then they mentioned putting out too much content. I guess that's another thing I disagree with. If only because it was hard enough for me to sit down and make the first video to begin with. I'd been thinking about doing that for at least, putting myself in front of a camera, that's something that I wanted to do for at least a couple years. And where I'm at now, in a house with a bunch of other people, quite frankly, it's much less conducive to my temperament than where I was just a year ago in a studio apartment by myself. But for whatever reason, I think that's just one of the ways that I changed when I decided to leave that place, because I kind of had to break out of that small mindset / I had to break out of that. And even if in some ways it seems like I just did a lateral move, or maybe it might even look like I came down a level, to me I came up at least a few levels, and in different respects. But yeah, I would think, they're gonna hear me. I'm gonna be embarrassed. It's gonna be too loud. Can I whisper? And I think they might have heard that, and I just couldn't get over it. The reason I bring that up is because so now I kind of want to ingrain that in myself, and that's why I'm gonna put one of these out every day, as long as I can manage. Whereas most of the YouTubers in these videos were advocating like once a week or maybe twice a week, although that's really hard. I think we're doing different stuff. Like right now, the videos these people are putting out, they put a lot of work into them. They have a lot more editing and different shots, and I'm not doing all that stuff right now. I may later on. I might not. I'm not sure. I'm definitely going to change the way things look, as far as lighting. I'm sure I'll move on to a different camera, or at least get the setting better. But yeah, for now, I have to go against what the conventional wisdom is saying, because I just think I'll be better off for at least, I think, a year. That's not that long, and I know, or at least it seemed like when I was watching these videos, that most of these people were talking about the mistakes they made for their first few years, some of them even like a decade in, which is pretty wild, but that would have been a hell of a lesson. So yeah, as far as sticking to one small niche, and I thought that was pronounced niche, but maybe not, maybe I'm wrong. I don't want to do that. I just don't want to do that, because like I said, I think the things I want to talk about and the topics I want to cover, I think they have a more broad appeal. I'm not saying that they'll appeal to everyone, but I think there's enough people out there that are from different professions or different walks of life, different age groups, that are gonna feel the same way, or at least connect to what I'm saying, or feel it resonate a little bit. And so that's kind of what I'm after. I don't really care to just stick to, just want to talk with other fishermen, just want to talk with other weightlifters, or other people who like Emerson, or writers, or any of that. I don't really want to stay in a little box like that. I want to just put out what I'm going to put out, and as long as I'm being honest about it and saying it in the best way I can, the most authentic voice that I have. That's really my only goal. And so yeah, I'm gonna be putting out stuff every day for a while, and it's gonna be pretty much whatever comes to mind. And it's tough. Not every day do I have something I want to really talk about. And quite frankly, that last video I put out, I feel like I owe everyone an apology. But I think it's important to get the habit set as quickly as I can, and this is how I'm gonna do it. And you know how I feel about habits. So that's it for this one. Let me know what you guys think about this, if I'm way off base or if you see what I'm saying. And that's it for now. Have a good one.